A new report has come out showing that Andrew Cuomo, the embattled governor of New York, actually directed health officials to prioritize his family and his friends last March when there was a very limited supply of COVID testing, which means that if one of Cuomo's, inner circle wanted to get tested for COVID, he put them high on that list so that they would get it before somebody who may actually need it. Some of the folks who did receive this priority treatment and did get tested last March 2020 at a time when COVID tests were, essentially a nationwide shortage of them. Chris Cuomo, his brother and CNN host, his mother, and at least one of his sisters that we know of were all given this priority treatment by virtue of the fact that they were related to the sitting governor. In terms of Cuomo scandals, this one's actually pretty weak, folks. Nothing that he did here is necessarily illegal. Certainly unethical, you could make that argument, but I would also make the argument that probably every other person in power in this country tried to do the same thing. Now, does that excuse what Cuomo did? Absolutely not. All this is kind of piling on to the list of horrible things that this guy has done and the reasons why he should resign. Because every time a new story like this drops, even if it's more mild than the ones we've seen in the past, it adds on to it. And it becomes just another thing that Republicans are going to use to attack every Democrat in 2022. And that is why Cuomo absolutely has to resign. And we need more Democrats talking more frequently about the fact that Cuomo needs to resign. Here's what's going to happen if he doesn't. If this man stays in office, you are going to see Cuomo's face as the new, emblem of the Democratic Party, according to Republicans. You're going to see his face on billboards all across the South down here. And we know that because when election seasons roll around, Republicans will put up billboards and ads featuring Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, two people who couldn't be further away from us down here in the South, yet that's who they run against. In 2022, I promise you it'll be Cuomo instead. And they'll talk about all of the claims of sexual misconduct. They'll talk about the nursing home scandal. They'll talk about prioritizing his friends and families for the tests when other people couldn't even get their hands on them. All of this, each and every one of these stories is going to be a Republican ad in next year's campaign. Cuomo could end it. Cuomo could put a stop to it right now, to a degree. They're still going to talk about it, but to a degree, he could put an end to it. He could do the right thing. He could step up and say, listen, I am a toxic figure. I have made a hell of a lot of mistakes, and I've made far too many mistakes to continue on with my job. I'm out. Sorry, New York. That's what he has to do. And these Cuomo apologists in the Democratic Party, you do understand you're making the situation worse, right? Like, the more you defend him, the more you're linking the entire Democratic Party to Andrew Cuomo. Because at this point, and this is going to sound weird to say, but those of us who understand political science and psychology understand this. Cuomo's already guilty. Cuomo's already been convicted in the eyes of Republicans. So nothing you can do is going to redeem his image. Maybe that's unfair, sure. But I'm willing to bet if he were actually put on trial with evidence and all of that, yeah, he'd probably end up being convicted anyway. There is no redeeming this man. It's over. It's over for him. And that's a good thing.